do want to talk, though, about the big deal this morning as well. Chevron, of course, announcing an agreement to acquire Anadarko. I know, Jim, you were talking about at the end of Squawk Box there. It's $65 a share, $16.25 in cash, and the rest in stock. It's 0.3869 shares of Chevron. Here's what I want to share with people, though. There was another bidder there that had been dancing with Anadarko for quite some time, but apparently at the end got the old stiff arm because Anadarko clearly preferred Chevron. That other bidder, sources close to the situation tell me, was Occidental. Occidental Petroleum, I am told, bid more than $70 a share for Anadarko, actually had a cash component as a percentage of its deal, and overall that was higher than the cash portion of the deal that was accepted by Anadarko. It would have required a shareholder vote. There were, I'm told, some potential structural issues that the two companies, or that Anadarko may not have been as comfortable with. You can imagine, of course, Chevron being as big as it is, the idea that this perhaps is a more certain and secure bid. But you might imagine as well that Oxy Pete, after pursuing this asset for quite some time and having bid significantly more than the bid that was accepted by Anadarko, is considering its options. Does that mean they'll do anything? Well, that's very much unclear. Again, you know, if you're Oxy Pete, you're a bit larger than is Anadarko, and it would have been a takeover, not an MOE, given the cash component. But that said, you're really going to go after them in a hostile fashion, subject yourself to a shareholder vote that, in a sense, could make you a target? I don't know. But, guys, we wanted to let people know that this was competitive. And that certainly from the Oxy Pete perspective, they're sort of wondering, what did we have to do here? We had the better price.
Wow, David, I didn't know that. I do know that Anadarko is a company that I've been saying is going to get taken over for 30 years, and especially when Jim Hackett retired in 2012. Jim Hackett is just a great manager. Of course, they got caught up in Macondo. So, David, there's Concho, there's Cimarex, there's Pioneer. When you just said this about Holub and Oxy, I have to believe that this is the first time I've seen where maybe it makes sense that these others go up. You know, everything goes up in a field bet. It's usually fool's game. I mean, I know that Holub wants more Permian. These companies have languished because Permian's been landlocked, and we know there's been too much natural gas. Is the speculation game this time actually worth playing?
I don't know. Perhaps it is. I'm curious to see your thoughts. Do you think Oxy and Anadarko would make for a good combination?
I think Oxy didn't need to do it. My travel trust owns Anadarko. I think that if you're anyone who owns Anadarko actually is jealous of Chevron because it's been such a great stock. Oxy, I don't know. I'm still saying since she's a bit unproven. The last quarter was a good one. She has doubled down on Permian at I think decent prices. But people love Chevron, and we know why, because Chevron was on Squawk Box this morning. They laid out a vision of being able to up their buyback. So, yeah, this is one that I think any Anadarko person would be thrilled to get. I'm trying to figure out for the Travel Trust. This is the first time I said I don't want to be an arbitrageur, but yeah. I think we want Chevron.
Yep, they did say raising the buyback from 4 to 5 once the deal closes. Yes. Here's what Chevron said this morning on Squawk.
We think it's a fair price for the company. We think it's fair for Anadarko's shareholders and a good price for our shareholders. This really brings together two sets of assets that fit very, very well. It creates accretive earnings. It creates accretive cash flow, and will deliver over $1 billion in synergies on the cost side, $1 billion in capital synergies. And we believe in it so strongly that when the deal closes, we'll actually increase our share buyback from $4 billion to $5 billion a year.
The premise now is that big oil is moving into big shale, and that have ramifications for Devon and Apache, and the shorts in shale are going to.
Yeah, today, I mean, there's a bunch of downgrades from Goldman. They seem ill-timed. One of the things that's interesting about David talking about Occidental, when he was talking, I thought he was going to say, and the bidder was Exxon, because Exxon was around town just this week, David, saying, kind of hinting that they need to do a Permian acquisition, too. This is the gold rush that nobody thought was going to happen, and when everyone was talking, including you, that maybe Permian tapped out.
Yeah. Now, listen, I mean, but how long have we sat here and wondered, Jim, when and if Anadarko would finally go? It's not as though there was a shortage of potential buyers there, at least. And by the way, they've been talking to Chevron and Oxy for years, off and on. revisiting again and again. And clearly, in this case, sort of playing Oxy to a certain extent would appear to sort of make sure that they got the deal they wanted from Chevron. But it's been around for a long time. It finally happened, Jim. I mean, how many times have we heard the rumors, or I pursued something to make calls, only to find out that, well, maybe something had happened, but they weren't ready. They weren't ready.
Well, what's incredible is Anadarko was actually hurt very badly by the Colorado Initiative. They have a lot of Colorado, and when I saw the initiative lose, I thought Anadarko would go up. It didn't. The stock they're buying the company for about almost half of where it was in 2014. At the same time, David, I know that Holub has more firepower, and she is a fabulous operator. Amazing interview with Brian Sullivan not that long ago. First time. I mean, she's got to do something. Just because I think that she's got the firepower, and she knows how to integrate. Her integration from Permian has been great. David, she does not have the balance sheet that Chevron has, but she's got to make an act. She's got to do something.